If your brothers were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, and they very well may, I mean, do you have any message for them? Do you have anything you want to tell them or anything like that? Take your time.
I guess I'd say I don't hate you, but I hate what you've done. I hate everything that you've lived with. You know what age that was?
Like 9.
And what was it that happened?
It was
If you could look back on it and diagnose it, what effect do you think it had?
I don't say what I need to many people. Like I was nervous about sending you that email because I like to downplay my needs.
because I know she had to go through it when she was growing up, but I know she never thought that she would have to deal with it in her family, basically.
What do you think, Mom? What do you think that you could have done to prevent that from happening?
What's up, YouTube? You want to look like this? Hit up my meal prep lady, Rebel Chef Bills on Instagram. Link is in the description. And then hit up Katie with the muscle and put in that work. Now back to the content.
What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So, guys, we got a little bit different situation today. So, you know, I don't do a whole lot of the pop-up phone call stuff, but every now and again I do. So, we got a young lady here that reached out to me. How you doing today, miss?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. Thank you for asking. It's the holiday season. I have definitely been taking the taking the last week or so off. So I'm starting to feel a little bit recharged, feeling great. And so, you know, what do we have going on here? So are you homeless?
I've been homeless before. I'm afraid to go back.
How long ago was it that you was homeless?
About 2 years ago.
Okay. And so so we're here at the house that you're currently living in, right?
Right.
And so what's the deal? What's going on?
I'm 47. I've had 5 strokes and a heart attack. I keep getting a job because I have my life and health insurance license, and I have life in 21 non-residential states. But every time I get a job, I have another stroke. I got a job in October, and by the end of this October, I had my 5th stroke, and I lost my job. When I got the job, I lost the food stamps, and then I lost the job, so I don't have any state assistance or any income coming in the house.
Okay. Yeah, definitely sorry to hear about that. Sorry to hear about the strokes and everything else. So yeah, I mean, basically saying you got a job, and then shortly thereafter, you know, you got a job, you know, cut off the food stamps and stuff. Shortly thereafter had a stroke, and then your income got cut off, and then your food stamps also cut off.
Right.
Okay, I got you. All right. Okay, so what is? I mean, when are you scheduled to be evicted?
I don't have an eviction pending yet.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm trying to anticipate and prepare for things to come.
All right. How much is the rent?
$2,000.
Okay. Okay. Are you like behind on it, or you're just anticipating being behind because you don't have any income?
I'm anticipating being behind because I don't have any income.
Okay. Okay. So what is the plan?
To try to get back on food stamps and see what the community actually can do for me. And I was anticipating reaching out to Marcus and being able to get assistance from others.
Okay, I get it. So this is your daughter right here?
Yes.
Okay, how you doing? All right. How old are you?
I'm 20.
20? Okay. And so as far as it goes, like, are you working, or what's the deal with that?
No, I'm not. I'm on medical leave. I was in a pre-apprenticeship to go into a trade. I chose my electrical trade. I was in a car accident a couple months before I started working, and when I started working, it kind of just mixed with the pains from the car accident. I was already doing chiropractic care and everything, and it kind of just got worse. So I ended up getting put on medical leave. So I'm not working. I'm not doing school right now. I'm hoping to get back into that next year.
Okay. Medical leave, does that involve, like, do they still pay you or?
No. I wasn't working long enough to receive payment, I believe, I guess. I had only been working for maybe like 4 or 5 months before I went on medical leave.
Okay. All right.
Plus she has to take care of me, or she's trying to take care of me and her daughter.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, let's just so, all right. So the situation. So this is your daughter. This is her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this your grandbaby?
Yes.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
I have 5.
5. How old are they?
How old is Pete? He's like
25.
yeah, he's almost 30. Isaiah is like 23.
And then I'm 20. We have 19 and 18.
Okay, so 2019, 18 all still live here?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they working?
Actually, the oldest, he's actually in
Why
prison.
did you roll your eyes?
He's actually in prison.
Because we've been waiting on it.
And my second oldest, he's in jail. I'm waiting on him to get out soon, within the next 6 months.
Okay. So, you know, I'm going to talk about this from the angles that I kind of see things from, right?
Okay.
So, you know, kind of bear with me, okay? But I do have questions, right? And I see these type of situations all the time. But first and foremost, so we have 5 kids, all same dad or different dads?
Different dad.
Different dads?
Yeah.
How many different dads?
4.
4? And so, you know, I mean, you know, were you like in relationships with these guys, or was it just kind of like, you know?
I'm actually still married to my second oldest dad. He's actually wanted right now for a crime that he committed not too long ago. So
Wait, so you're still married to your second oldest, the one that's 23?
mm-hmm.
Okay. How long y'all been married?
11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess in between you guys having the baby and getting married, you had other situations going on?
Yeah.
Okay. And so eventually, though, y'all got back together,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 11 years ago you got married. How long has he been on the run?
For the past 6 months.
6 months. So this just happened.
Yeah.
So he was living here?
Yeah. He was living here, and like at this point, I wish he could come back and live here, because he would take care of me physically and financially. Even though he was on the streets, he was beneficial to the household.
So when you say on the streets, you don't mean living on the streets, just kind of on the streets, just kind of, you know, out there working, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Be out there on the streets type
Yeah.
stuff. But he would make sure that he brought home the bacon, basically.
Right.
Okay. And so, I mean, allegedly, gotta always say that, allegedly, what did he do?
Allegedly, he murdered someone, took someone's life.
Okay. Do you know why he allegedly did that?
He's always been paranoid about, and I think it was last year, he got shot 5 times while he was out on the street by somebody who was actually looking for him. They actually tried to kill him. So he's always been paranoid. So it was one of those situations where he thought the person was trying to kill him.
Were they?
I don't know. Because he comes home and tells me, he would come home and tell me every day, somebody on my bumper, somebody following. And I didn't really believe him, because it was an everyday thing. And other things led me not to believe him when he would say things of that nature or not take it seriously.
Okay. And so have you heard from him in these past 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so he reaches out to you.
Yeah.
Does he tell you where he's at, or so he lets you know where he's at? Does he send money or anything, or
No.
has he just kind of been on the run?
He doesn't have any. He is homeless wherever he is now, so he doesn't have any income to send.
Okay, I get it. Okay, and so, you know, so that's the dad of the 23-year-old. What about the other dads?
One is dead. Actually, he died maybe like 6 months ago.
A lot of stuff happened 6 months ago.
Yeah, not from that incident.
6 months ago was kind of rough, because between that this happening, and then the car accident she got in about 4 or 5 months, whatever.
Yeah.
So okay, so go ahead though. What about the other dads?
He's actually dead. The oldest of the oldest. He's actually dead.
So we got the oldest, we got the 23-year-old. What about
Yeah.
the 3 younger kids?
Her,
Because those are the 3 that still live with you.
her,
So-
yeah, her dad has never been active, and the other 2, their dad has never been active.
Okay. So, I want to ask, right? Because, again, I see these things all the time, right? And I want to get an understanding of how can we prevent these things from happening when women are in their 20s and their late teens versus, because you seem like a sensible enough lady,
Yeah.
right? You got your glasses, you
I
got
was
your natural
broken.
hair, you got your look that just comes off like, you're sensible enough, right? But it seems like the decisions that you make in men are like the street type of guys or the bad boys and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
And it's always been like that from the beginning of my starting to get into males. I used to pick guys who had jobs, and then I started picking guys who were just,
Street guys.
yeah.
Why?
I really don't, because they were more, I want to say aggressive, but they made things go in a particular way that they wanted them to go. And I saw them as someone who would lead me to somewhere.
I get it. I guess what you're trying to say is kind of like more masculine energy, right? So you would get more masculine energy from the street guys versus the guys that, we're still trying to figure things out and, working there, not, what they call squares, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking back on that, what are your thoughts on that now?
Back then, I was thinking about this earlier, like yesterday. In my mind, I was thinking, if you could do it again, you would definitely do it differently. Even though you have your kids and you love your kids, and that's what everybody says. I got my kids out of it, and they're a blessing, which they are. But I would definitely do it different. I definitely would want someone with a different mindset, because the mindset of the street guys was not conducive to
family and long-term results and all that type of stuff, staying out of legal trouble, things like that.
Success.
Well, okay, so then I'm gonna challenge you on that, right? Because you just 6 months ago was still dealing with a street guy. So why do you think you continued to stay in that mindset to where you still was gonna deal with those guys?
Now him, I love him to no end. I mean,
so that's your guy, basically.
My love for him is so deep. I was literally in tears when we were going to his dad's house a couple of days ago, because I was like, I just feel like he throw both of our lives away, because now is the time that I need him the most in life. I've had 5 strokes. He would physically and mentally help me. So, and I love him to no end.
I get it. You don't have to trust. I get it. All right. Once you've developed a connection with someone, that kind of sometimes takes over any logical this or that or the third. So I get it. Okay, so we find ourselves in this position, right? And so, I'm gonna ask. So you just got done dealing with your daughter, right? And so, for instance, like the dad of her, where's he at?
Where is he? Somewhere in LaGrange, Georgia.
In LaGrange?
Yeah.
It's not Atlanta.
No.
So I mean, did y'all meet in LaGrange or?
No. That was honestly like she was what they would call a mistake, but she was,
Oops, baby.
Yeah. But she's here. She's a blessing and everything.
How did the mistake happen?
But, we met West End area of Atlanta, not too far from here, Lakewood area.
Yeah, a few minutes up the street.
A couple years ago, and I don't know, we were talking to each other, And it was honestly a mistake that shouldn't have happened. The condom broke and it a baby came out of it. But you know, I wouldn't say I'm pressed about her dad not being here. I don't care. I take care of my own child. You know?
Well, you should be.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. You should be, because here's the thing: kids need both parents.
I understand that.
100%. And in our community, especially, we have a lack of male leadership. And so, you know, even if that guy is a street guy, this, that, or third, it's still a lot of times it's going to be better for him to be in the life, because even street guys want the best for their kids. You know, they oftentimes want what's best for their kids. So even if they're street guys, they're still going to kind of, you know, discipline their kids a little bit and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
The way that street guys become street guys, because they're raised by single moms. They get to about the age of 10 or so. They start smelling their underarm hair, and then the streets take over, and that's who teaches them the rest of the way. And then before they know any better, they're already in positions that they're going to jail, they're doing this, they're doing that. So, okay. Let me ask. I mean, so growing up, right? You know, you grow up, your mom's right here and everything else. Would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
I mean, so for me, for my normal, yeah, I pretty much.
So the hesitation, why was the hesitation there?
I don't know. I feel like everybody's normal is different.
Right, but so according to what you had going on in your head, what were the memories that you had that caused you to hesitate like that? Don't be nervous because your mom is here.
No, that's a good question. I've honestly lately been trying to remember my childhood. I don't know. I don't remember too much.
Okay.
But
I mean, you know, I'm just gonna ask, right? Like, did anything ever happen to you during childhood or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a few.
What age did that happen? Is your mom aware that anything ever happened to you? Yes. So she did tell you?
Yeah.
I see this still has a very tremendous effect on you.
I don't know. I don't really talk about it.
Well, this is one thing that I know. One of the things I also know is that the more that you talk about these type of events, the easier it becomes to talk about it and to process it, you know? And that when you kind of keep it in and don't really talk about it, that thing could become a cancer inside your body like nothing else, you know? What age did that occur? What age did the first incident occur?
You know what age that was?
Like 9.
Yeah.
And what was it that happened?
It was I don't know.
Was it Peter? Because I've been wanting to talk to her about this for quite a long time.
Well, you know, one of the reasons, you know, I always say, man, like, I started the interview I was saying, you know, I don't do a whole lot of these pull-up interviews and stuff, but, you know, when I do, it's just because I'm just kind of following my gut. And so maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm here, is to facilitate this conversation and unroot some of these.
I should have prepared you. I apologize.
You say what?
I should have prepared her.
You know what? And I be feeling like that, but then I also be feeling like, man, you know, it's the whole rip the Band-Aid off type of deal sometimes, you know. It'll sting a little bit, but oftentimes it's the best thing in the long run, you know. You know, and I'm sorry to have to rehash these memories and everything else, but, you know, even for the sake of your mom, right? She kind of, I guess, has had a hard time peeling back some of the layers. Maybe we could do that now. She said something about, well, you tell me. So you say 9 was the first time it happened?
Yeah, I'd say probably around that age. Yeah. I've been molested by both of my older brothers.
How much older are they than you?
My older brother, he's 3 years
Oh
older.
yeah, that's right. You just told me they're 23 and about 26, 27,
Yeah.
something like that. Whew. One of the reasons why I have these discussions on this channel is so we can figure out how to unroot it, how to get it out of our community, right? I don't care what nobody else do. Our community, though, we need to get rid of it. And so, how did these incidents come to play? Where is it that they were just like watching you because they were the older brothers, and so it eventually happened, or?
Everything happened because I was
Working. Oh, tired.
Yes, and I was asleep in the same house.
So you was in the house when these incidents were happening. How long? And I'm imagining, were these things one-time incidents or were they ongoing?
It was a couple of incidents.
Well, I'm gonna let her.
Okay.
Just respectfully, I'm gonna let her respond.
Yeah, it was a few different incidents. It was I'm not sure what age they ended.
You don't know, like, when it stopped? Were you like in high school or middle school?
I'd say like into middle schoolish.
Okay, so like around 13 or so. Did you tell your mom right away, or did it take you a little while to tell her?
I know at first it started taking me a minute to try to tell her, so I think it probably took me about maybe like 2-3 weeks.
After it first happened or after it stopped happening?
After it first happened.
Oh wow.
And then I think about a week after.
And so, what was her response when you told her?
Disbelief. Not like disbelief in me or anything, just like
Shocked.
yeah, like, cause I know she had to go through it when she was growing up, but I know she never thought that she would have to deal with it in her family, basically.
What do you think, Mom? What do you think that you could have done to prevent that from happening?
I tried to figure that out. In my mind at the time, I was thinking I have these 5 kids. I don't want anything to happen to them, so I'm gonna keep them in the house, and like I would literally drive them to a park that wasn't in the area. We stayed in Monroe, Georgia. I didn't want what happened to me to happen to any of my children, so I kept them away from the public, which I thought was keeping them away from danger, but so I just
One of the
kept it in
things
the
I
house.
have found on this channel is one of the most false things that we were taught was stranger danger. The danger, from what I have found on this channel, oftentimes come from inside the house or inside the
Family.
trust circle, you know, whether it's family, friend, this, that, or third. You know, when she's referring to the stuff that happened to you, was it family or was it like a stranger type deal?
It was family. It was my uncles.
Ways did that occur for you?
I can't even remember. Cause I'm thinking I was like 7 to 9. Cause it happened after a family reunion, and everybody was sleeping at this one family member's house. All the kids were sleeping at this one family member's house, and my uncle, he was touching me while we were driving and riding in the car with all the other kids in the car. So I tried to just go in the room and go to sleep, but he came in there.
Was that a one-time incident or was it something that was
Yeah.
ongoing?
It was one time.
One time?
Yeah.
Whew. And so, I mean, okay, so I'm gonna real quick. So as far as you go, right? Have you like spoken to your brothers about this?
No, not about.
What they did?
No.
No. Do you see them often?
No.
Well, you say one of them's in jail, right?
Both of them.
Both of them in jail. How long have they been in jail?
My oldest brother, he's been in jail for almost 3 years, almost 3 or 4 years, almost 4 years. And my older brother, he's been in jail. He recently went back, about the beginning of this year.
And so before they went to jail, when you would see them, what would y'all's conversations be like? Y'all would never address that?
No, we never. Me and my older brother, I don't know. Me and him, we were best friends.
Were best friends? Like before that, not after?
We've been best friends for a few years. We were best friends after that. We just I don't know. It was just a few years later we fell off. And I think maybe last year, him and my older brother, he dipped, like he left the family, and I do remember having a conversation with him about that. I told him that, I couldn't deal with it, especially with him just leaving like that, just leaving everything. Because when he left, there was nobody else to take care of anything, just me. And I've been trying to deal with it, but.
So, one of the things that we do on this channel is we have conversations with people when they're not right in front of us, right? Sometimes it helps us to just get out all of our feelings without being interrupted or anything like that. If your brothers were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, and they very well may, do you have any message for them? Do you have anything you want to tell them or anything like that? Take your time.
I guess I'd say I don't hate you, but I hate what you've done. I hate everything that you lived with.
Why do you think you've been, so reluctant to, talk about this stuff in detail with your mom?
I don't know. I just don't talk. I don't like talking. I just don't like talking.
It's painful?
Yeah.
I definitely get it. But I'm going to recommend that you endure some of that initial pain so that you can get the long-term healing that comes with talking about this stuff, getting some of your questions answered. You never know. Some of, the strokes and things like that, that's heart disease, basically. And a lot of that stuff can come about when you have different stresses that you're not even aware of anymore, because they become so normalized inside your body that you're literally walking around with a boatload of stress, and it's going to have these physical effects. I got it. It's going to have these physical effects on you, and you don't know, how and where they come from, and it could be stuff like that, just stressing about the fact that, these things happen under your watch, and you may feel a little bit guilty about it.
Definitely.
And the inability to extract the information from your child probably weighs on you pretty heavily as well. So, all right. Well, so what effect do you think that those incidents and that time period had on you at this point in your life? What effect do you think it's had?
I don't think I got to enjoy my childhood.
It kind of grew you up a little fast?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I feel like I missed out on a lot.
And what about you, Mom? What effect do you think that stuff had on you? Here we have these outcomes at the age of 47. If you could look back on it and diagnose it, what effect do you think it had?
I don't say what I need to many people. Like I was nervous about sending you that email because I like to downplay my needs. Like my father-in-law, he was asking if we needed any food, And me out of my mouth, I was about to say no. Her out of her mouth, she was like, yes, we need food.
Oftentimes I found the incidences like that cause especially women, young women, to devalue themselves and to not hold themselves as much value. And so, you know, they do things and make decisions that, you know, people that don't value themselves make, you know. And so I hope that this conversation can be the start of many more conversations, right? Deeper conversations that you guys can have. You can unroot some of these pains, because the moment that I brought that up, your body locked up. You locked up physically. So I can only imagine how you're feeling on the inside. Okay? So I'm going to highly recommend that y'all sit down, have these talks. BetterHelp, is where you can get online therapy and stuff like that for pretty low, especially if you qualify for government subsidies and things like that. So I'm going to recommend that to y'all, so that, because honestly, until you unroot some of these things in life, it's really hard to find success in other areas of life and happiness. Okay. And so I'm going to encourage that for y'all. Okay. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, you guys are in this situation where your health has caused you to lose your benefits and then also lose your income, which is just, you know, a real bad kind of storm, right? Yeah. So if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
My Cash App is Leshonda, LESHONDA, Empire.
Okay, EMPIRE.
Right.
Okay, $sign in between. What about yours?
blaxkgirlmagix, BLAXK. Oh, jeez, excuse me. Magic, and then magic is regular, with the X. Everything is with the X. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All the C's are X's. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Black Girl Magic. I ain't mad at that. All right. Well, listen, we really appreciate y'all. And we definitely wish y'all nothing but the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all make sure
anybody knows how I can benefit from my life insurance licenses, email me, hallleshonda@gmail.com.
All right, y'all email Miss Hall, okay? All right, LeShonda, we really appreciate you and you, all right? And so we definitely wish y'all nothing but the best, okay? Y'all make sure y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Right.
Marcus.